New York is the jazz capital of the world, but Chicago is a very good jazz scene. And actually, they have no idea how good the jazz scene in Poland is, Warsaw and Krakow, because it's just generally, it's a cultural treasure, actually, and it's a most interesting town, and it's fun, and it's a fascinating place. I love this town. Amazing that people have no idea back there unless they come here to see how many wonderful musicians there are, like Pavel Kazmarczyk and so many other. I could name a lot of guys, but I won't take up this time. But it's just a great jazz scene here. This town is very hot for jazz, I think. Right. So in America, we don't understand. We don't have that. We have a different tradition of jazz. Jazz, with the black people and the white people mixed together and all that. And the black people went through their oppression too, but it developed together, the black and the white thing. But we never had communism in America, as far as a dominant force. So especially in Poland and other countries that were under communism, I think jazz has a special extra meaning for them that the Americans don't have. I mean, they love jazz over there, but they don't have this element of.
It happens very gradually, and you just realize one day that you couldn't leave. I feel Kraków is my home now, but I can't say exactly when that process began. But I do feel like I've left some aspects of Canadianness behind and have become more European. And Kraków seems overflowing with music, as well as theater and visual arts, cinema. It's a very culturally alive city. I love the festivals that happen all year. There's always something to go to, and I feel like my life is very exciting here because it's just basically one event after another, and I go out constantly to all the great cultural and artistic events.
Can I ask you, why did you start playing the accordion?
Well, sometimes just the sound of the accordion itself brings old Europe to mind. And then we are very inspired by like klezmer modes and scales and some melodies from Polish folk music. So that's in our music. And we're not a rock and roll band, but we do often share a stage with other rock and roll bands because a lot of expat bands are.
So Tim, you, I believe, are the singer-songwriter with Electric here in Krakow. Can you tell us a little bit about your band, please?
It's a band I started about 2 years ago with 3 other Polish guys, and it's been a really interesting experience. Most interesting was that there was a severe language barrier when we first started, and I write the songs in English. Now is the time to step to the line. First, the rest of the band, especially like guitarists, couldn't understand what the songs were about, so it was an interesting process over the first year of sort of writing the songs and sort of working on the music with the language barrier and sort of working through that to sort of create, the music that we play, which was a bit surprising but also really refreshing, and something that was pretty natural and organic as well. It was really, didn't feel strange at all. It was just sort of met some guys, we liked similar music, and that was it. Language, was a problem, but wasn't an issue. At this point, I've been involved in probably 6 different bands of different sizes and arrangements, playing with lots of different musicians from all over the world, lots of different combinations, and it's interesting. There's always something new happening. It's a really interesting music scene.
Edynburgu gramy w takim klubie muzycznym, jest ta scena aktywna. No i to jest akurat środek, początek właściwie festiwalu w Edynburgu, teatrów awangardowych. Mam nadzieję, że to zaowocuje jakimś może zaproszeniem w przyszłości też do Anglii czy gdziekolwiek indziej. Funny boy, tell me a joke. Though I love you, can you always look like a bloke?
So I've played for many years around Britain. I've played in Japan, played in America. So I plan to come over here next month. I'd like to do a tour around Poland, playing Warsaw, here at Katowice. I'd like to maybe start a jazz workshop, so I could invite people to come and play with me and show them my experiences. To maybe so teach people how to play jazz, how to play bossa nova, but not individually. Teach them as a band.
It would be nice to take off, but I can't afford it. Musicians don't make much money. Okay, that's Thank you.